Thank you for joining me today, Black and Intellectual Family. It is August the 5th, 2018. So today I want to talk about Donald Trump's comments against LeBron James, which is the talk of social media, or has been the talk of social media over the past couple of days. Donald Trump took to Twitter like he always does. Once a child, always a child for the Orange Goblin. And on August the 3rd, so 2 days ago as of the recording of this video, Trump said, quote, LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike. I'm not even going to try to do the Trump voice, because it's just, I can't talk stupid. So um, he said he made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike. So now, before I get into my opinions on this story, I want to talk about what triggered Trump, because he's very easily triggered. So now we know Trump loves attacking black athletes and black people in general. Whether you want to talk about the sons of bitches comment directed towards NFL players, his back and forth with Steph Curry on social media, he's made comments about or in reference to Marshawn Lynch. It goes on and on. Not to mention Trump's surrogates and supporters on Fox News like Laura Ingraham, who said LeBron should, quote, shut up and dribble. Basically telling black athletes that they're only good for their entertainment value when it comes to some white folks. Dance for us, sing for us, dribble for us. If you're a boxer, beat yourselves, beat each other up for our entertainment. But don't you dare have an intellectual opinion or intellectual political opinion, black man, unless it's conservative, unless it fits our agenda. Okay, that's the message being sent. Don't you dare think about using your platform that we've given you to shed light on atrocities in your community. If you try to do that, then we're going to silence you, because that's not what we're paying you to do. We're paying you to entertain us. And once you go outside of those boundaries, then you become a problem to some folks out here. So to some people, some right wingers. So Trump said this because of an interview King James did with Don Lemon on CNN on July the 30th, where he explained why he called Trump a bum. And to be honest with you, that was the headline that CNN ran with. He didn't really extrapolate on that too much, because I watched the whole interview. The interview was maybe about 16 minutes and 16 to 17 minutes. And he didn't really touch on that too much, but most of the beginning of the interview was more so about LeBron's school, which I'm going to talk about a little bit in a second. But the second half of the interview was more political. LeBron said, among many things, that he would never sit at a table across from Trump. I said something along those same or along that same line in my last video when I said, we shouldn't want to sit at every table. Okay, speaking in reference to the sunken congregation. Okay, there are some people, especially those who engage in white grievance politics, like white supremacists, who black people should not engage with. And I mean, I'm talking about politically speaking. I'm not even necessarily talking about debating these people. I don't care for that either, because I just think it's a waste of time. But I'm talking about, especially when it comes to politics. Engaging with racist politicians is a complete waste of time. I've said before that it's a waste of time, and I'm not about to break bread with a president. If I were in the position to, of course I'm not, but if I were in a position to, I'm not about to break bread with a president who props up policies meant to take us back to Jim Crow. No, no, your whole agenda is antithetical to my existence. Your whole agenda is meant to destroy the past 50 years of progress in this country. Progress that people have fought their entire lives for. Progress that people have died for. Why would I want to sit across from a table from you and talk about what? What are we going to talk about? What are we going to have a discussion about? No, it would be nothing but a photo op, which is what the sunken congregation was. If you want to know what that was about, watch my video that I posted before this video, but the video I posted yesterday, I want to say. It's nothing more than a photo op, and it's meant to like Malcolm X said, it's meant to prop up a black, uh, whether you want to call it a bourgeoisie class, a black collaborator class, however you want to label them. The agenda is clear. The agenda is to prop up, a bunch of people who don't represent the black community, people who aren't even elected. Like, see, that's the whole anti-democratic aspect to this. They're not going to the community asking, "Hey, who would you like to represent you?" No, they're picking, especially when it comes to Trump. At least Obama he spoke with activists who have some influence in the community. But these people like Daryl Scott and Mark Burns, these are coons. These are collaborators. But let me digress. So Trump said what he said, and the reaction to his comments have been nothing short of amazing. Okay, even Trump's own wife has come out against her husband. Okay, which is uncommon in White House politics. Because most first ladies, support their husbands, the presidents. Um, I don't know the entire history of first ladies, you know what I'm saying, but that's the norm though, and I think most people understand that. Michelle Obama, Michael Jordan, who I've had problems with Jordan in the past and how he's engaged with the community or the lack thereof. Um, and Trump name dropped him in that tweet. And so Jordan had to come out and distance himself from that. And Jordan came out in defense of LeBron. A lot of people have come to the defense of LeBron James. Okay, um, that's not surprising, really. Um, I just think I wish this would have more damage than I know it's going to have. And I don't think Trump created an issue out of this like a day or two before he went to Ohio, okay, to do some campaigning in Ohio. I don't think that's an accident. He intentionally picked a fight with LeBron James, knowing he was going to the state where LeBron James is king. So that's it's been clear from previous examples that this is done in many ways to gin up the base, because Trump knows that he can get a rise out of the base on racial grounds. Okay, which is why I push back so much about the whole, oh well, Trump, people who support Trump are supporting Trump because of economics. I mean, I think that might be some of the equation, but no, a lot of people supporting Trump because of the culture wars. Because Trump is a culture warrior, he's a white culture warrior, and they view him as they care more about him attacking the left, attacking liberals, attacking Black Lives Matter, attacking black activists. People downplay how influential that is for the base, and how, in my opinion, that in many ways is superseding any sort of economics, any sort of talk about economics, when it comes to his supporters. They care more about the ideological stuff and the culture war stuff than they do about the economics. That's very clear to me. And there have been studies to actually, back that up. Um, Now LeBron is doing a great. I mentioned his school earlier. He's doing a great thing opening up his I Promise school in Akron, Ohio, where he's offering free tuition, free uniforms, free transportation. I want to say within 2 miles. I read an article that said something along those lines. Guaranteed admission to the University of Akron to all who graduate, and a host of other benefits. It seems like a really nice school. So the nerve of the Orange Goblin, okay, to attack a man doing more for disadvantaged communities than he will ever do. Okay, this is why I don't. This is why I don't ideologically align myself with white supremacy on any issue. I don't believe there's any issue that black people should be aligning themselves with when it comes to Trump in this administration. Okay, it's not going to end well. Okay, because he's not going to do anything remotely beneficial for black people, for immigrants, for Hispanics, for whoever he is waging the culture war for white America. Okay, and that is how a lot of people view him. That's why the support for him is so cult like in many ways, and that's why you have people who would say, I don't care what Trump does, I don't care what he does, I'm always gonna support him. That's a cult. That is a cult like mentality. Okay, and that goes beyond just economics, because that even implies that if Trump hurts them economically, they're still gonna support him. He has put people into power, Scott Pruitt and other groups of people uh, who are not beneficial to white people economically, but they support him anyway. So it's not economics. Okay, a lot of the support for Trump is not based in economics. It's purely based in identity. Okay, the sooner people realize that, I think the more we'll understand exactly what's going on here. Trump despises successful and independent black people who are outspoken. Okay, he's very representative of many in his community who think the same way. Okay, um, so yeah, so make no mistake, black athletes have come under major attack over the past couple years. Whether you want to talk about Michael Bennett, and how Michael Bennett has been attacked several times. Whether you want to talk about Colin Kaepernick, Steph Curry, LeBron James, and others. The NFL, in my opinion, has colluded with the Trump administration to silence black football players from kneeling during the national anthem to protest state violence. That whole story has kind of been swept under the rug about how it seems like Trump has been putting pressure on the NFL to get the NFL to change its policy on whether or not players can kneel during the anthem. There's clearly been some collusion, not only within the NFL but between the NFL and the White House. I have no doubt about that, but nobody's talking about that. No, you don't hear anything from the free speech absolutists. Okay, you don't hear anything from the free speech warriors. Okay, they're perfectly fine with this. So I'm not gonna bring up that whole issue about free speech absolutism, but that's why that's why I don't consider myself a free speech absolutist, because I understand that words have power and words can do damage to people. Words can get people killed. I understand that. You just have some people on the left and on the right who kind of are a little obtuse when it comes to when it comes to stuff, situations like that. So the attacks on LeBron are a continuation of everything else that's been happening. Okay, LeBron had the N-word spray painted on his house for speaking out. People forget about that. So a lot of these athletes, they're sending messages to these athletes that they can be hemmed up. They're sending messages to these athletes that if you continue down this path, you're going to be treated no differently than poor black people or working class black people. They're making it clear to some of these black celebrities and rich black folks that your money isn't going to protect you all the time. Your money isn't going to protect you from the state and being in the state, just assaulting you and creating these trumped up charges against you. And spray painting derogatory things on your house, kind of indirectly saying that if we can get to you, we can get to you. If we can get close enough to spray the N-word on your house, who knows what else we can do. That's the message that's being sent, which is very interesting. I don't know if how public it is where LeBron James lives. I don't know if that's public knowledge. I don't know if he lives in some sort of gated community, but that seems very funny. Like that I don't know. I'm not going to speculate too much, but it's almost as if somebody who is able to get that information, assuming, because like I said, I don't know if people know where LeBron lives anyway because he's just mentioned it or it's come out in the media or something like that. But assuming people don't know where he lives, that means that somebody kind of had to leak that information to somebody. Somebody with that inside knowledge leaked that information to the person who spray painted that on his house. So I don't know who that. It might have been some cops who were mad about, because cops can definitely figure out where LeBron James lives. They can pull up that information very easily. I don't know if one of them got somebody to do that, to send a message to him because they didn't like what he was saying about police brutality. I don't know if it was somebody in that community who knows LeBron James lives in that community, so they leak. I don't know what it was. I don't know the full context of that. I just find that very strange. So there's not much more to say about this. I don't think this changes anything other than continuing to prove how far gone the American presidency is and how Trump's ignorance is a reflection of the idiocracy America has become. Um, if you like this video, definitely upvote it. Click the like button. Click the bell at the beneath this video as well, so you'll be alerted whenever I post new videos. Check out my blog at www.blackintellectual.com, where I post occasionally. I post original articles that I don't make videos about, and I'm also looking for writers, people who like writing about politics and current events. Hit me up. My email address is on the website where you can contact me. So, yep, just be on the lookout for my next video.